She spreads Baba's energies, love and light around the world. And today we are 1,500 healers spread across the globe, spreading Baba's energies and through his energies, spreading his love, his light and his energies so that the world becomes a pain-free and beautiful place for peaceful coexistence. Over to Jayadi, who is going to talk about Baba and his Leelas. Welcome, Jayadi. Over to you.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sai. It's an honor and a pleasure to be speaking here today, sitting here with Baba on his very special day, Mahasamadhi Divas. And speaking to an audience that I do not know for a change. I'm very used to speaking to people that I know and interact with often. This is the first time I'm speaking to all of you in South Africa. Thank you, Rakeshji. I have not met you, but it's totally a pleasure. Thank you, Panditji Pankaj Joshi from Shirdi, who sent the invite to me. And it was Baba's day, Baba's occasion. I could not have missed it for anything in the world. So here I am with all of you, ready to share whatever I have had with experiences with my Baba. Before I go ahead and I'll just 1 second. This is sad. I cannot see anybody. If I could see you all, it would be more energy for me. But okay, that's the way technology has brought us to. So before I begin today's day and what I want to share with you, first thing I want to say to everyone here is that we all know Sai Baba as our guru. We know Sai Baba as the saint. We know Sai Baba as our God. But what I have understood of Sai Baba in all these years is what I want to share with all of you. And for sharing that, I want to orate a verse from the Sai Satcharita, which will explain in Baba's words who he is. Our connotation is he's God, he's Guru, he's saint, he's our all in all. But what does Baba have to say about it? Baba has very beautifully said in the Satcharita, you need not go far in search of me. Barring your name and form, there exists a consciousness of existence inside each of you. Know that to be me. See me in yourself and in all beings. And that is the unitive existence that Baba has taught us. Coming back to what he said, barring your name and form, there exists in all of you a consciousness of existence. Know that to be me. And today what I want to share with all of you is that Baba for me is that consciousness that he talks about, Sai Consciousness. This entire world today has been blessed, and it's like a fire of love that has spread across the world, the fire of his dhuni, which is spreading and taking us in its waves, as we go through our journeys. There is Baba everywhere, in everything we do, in everything we speak, in everything we see. He's everywhere. If we are in trouble, he's there to pull us out. If we are falling, he's there to lift us up. If we are breaking, he's there to pick up those pieces and bring us together. He's always there in one form or another. He may come in a human form to help us. He may come as a message. He may come as a bright spark of light when everything is dark. He may come to just wipe the tear with love in any form around us, because he exists in everything and everywhere. When I was younger, I used to always smile and wonder, we used to go to the mandir very frequently and look for Baba. Baba is in the mandir for me. Why do I have to visit the mandir? Because he's there in the mandir for me. I would visit places of pilgrimage. I would go to mountains and meditate there. I would go to forests and the ashrams there and meditate there. And what was I seeking? I was seeking him everywhere. And after all that seeking was done, you come back and you just sit back and just turn your head down and think, where is Baba? And then you look down and realize, oh my God, he was right here in my heart. Why was I looking for him everywhere in the world? He's right here. And that consciousness of existence is him. That Baba who breathes inside me, palpitates inside me. He's my heartbeat. He's my breath. He's the blood that flows through my veins. He's all that I am, all that I have, all of my existence. That's him. And that consciousness in me, that awareness in me is my Baba. And Baba says, you all want self-realization, you want moksha, just know me inside yourself. It's so simple. You don't have to go in any search, do any rituals, meditative practices. Just look inside and I'm right here. And that is the beauty of loving Baba. And once we realize that he is in us and he is in all of creation, he's in you, he's in another person that I know or see, he's in the mountains, the trees, the stars that shine, the sun that bathes me with its warmth, the rivers that flow. He's everything. He's in everything. He's that consciousness. That Sai consciousness, once you understand, your life changes forever. Because earlier, the people who were hurting you stop hurting you because you see Sai in them. Earlier, those that were causing you pain, or you looked at them with anger or remorse, now you think, oh my God, my Baba lives inside them. How can I be angry with them? There is love. When you look at creation outside of you, you just merge into it, the beauty, the greenery, the nature, because you see your Baba everywhere and everything. And that is the unitive existence Baba talks about. That is where each of us is supposed to reach eventually. So we call ourselves the Sai Bisa family. And Sai Bisa is short form for Sai Baba is Still Alive, which was my first book, as Lakshmi very kindly just introduced and told you about it. And we take great pride in meeting each other by saying Ya Sai. You know, when we see each other, we say Ya Sai. When we say bye-bye to each other, we say Ya Sai. What is Ya Sai? When Baba first came to Shirdi and landed in Bhagat Mahasamadhi's field, in fact, the second time, not the first time, when he came with Chand Patil's marriage party, he alighted at the foot of the neem tree in Bhagat Mahasamadhi's fields, and Bhagat Mahasamadhi didn't know his name. So he welcomed Baba by saying Ya Sai. In our Sai Bisa family, we welcome every soul, every person by saying Ya Sai, because we see Baba inside you. For me, Baba is as much inside you as in every other person, as much as in me. So when you say Ya Sai, we bow our head in reverence and respect before the Baba, which is inside you, before the Baba, which is inside every being, every bit of creation. That oneness makes our life more beautiful because we are more connected. We love each other more. There is no reason for any other emotion. That Sai consciousness, the whole world has to understand that Baba, the Guru, the God, the Saint is actually our breath, our heartbeat, and our consciousness. That is where we have to reach. 102 years from when Baba left his mortal coil. When I close my eyes and meditate on a day like this, on Baba's Mahasamadhi day, when you would look at any human being leaving his mortal coil, his mortal body, you would just see that the soul is leaving the body. For Baba, when you see him leaving his body, he is already in everything and everywhere. The soul cannot leave the body because the soul is in everything. If you have read the Bhagavad Gita, we talk about the Virat Roop of Sri Krishna. When he takes the Vishwaroop, he's in everything and everything inside him. So there is nothing that does not have Krishna in it. Similarly, so for us who love our Baba, there is nothing, no place, no space where Baba is not there. So I'm sure when Baba left his body, literally, the soul could not have gone out of the body because the soul was already everywhere in the cosmos. He was already a part of it. Everything was a part of him. So Baba has gone nowhere. A lot of people that I meet, a lot of places that I visit, I see people crying on a day like this, Baba, why did you leave us and go away? I wish you were here today. And I see them weep and moan and regret. But trust me, I have never regretted in my life. I think my journey, my book, Sai Baba is Still Alive, says it all, because Baba has gone nowhere. He left one body and assumed the form of the entire cosmos. So where did he go? He was alive, he is alive, and he is forever going to be alive. And the proof of his being alive is that one call of love and Baba comes. One tear in our eye with faith. He runs to us. He's always there for us. This is our Baba. He has gone nowhere. So today, on Baba's Mahasamadhi day, 15th of October, the day Baba left his body, actually the date on which he left his body. Of course, we will celebrate Vijayadashmi on the 25th of October, which is the Tithi on which Baba left, which is the Shera Dashmi. But today being the date, 15th October, I just want everyone to know that you never have to feel sad or sorrowful or bad that Baba is not here, because Baba is very much here. He's gone nowhere and he's going nowhere. He's a very simple God. All he asks of us is love. All he wants from us is love. he does not get pleased with expensive gifts, gold, money. No, he just wants your bhav, your shraddha. Baba has said in the Satcharita, Shraddha Saburi, all he wants us to is to have complete faith in him and surrender ourselves to him, and that is all he expects of us. If we can just give that to him, it is bigger than any expensive gift to the whole world. A small rose and I love you to Baba, lighting a lamp before him and saying I love you. I think these little gestures are far more precious than anything else in creation. After my book, I connected with people across the world, and there are millions of people across the world today who are connected to me. And one question often comes up from everywhere when I speak to them, when I meet them. They all ask me, Didi, what have you done differently, which we haven't done, that you are so close to Baba? First of all, I want to say that I'm not special or different than others. Everybody is close to Baba. Like I have always said, when Baba pours into us, he pours equally. He does not say, I will give more to one and less to one. But yes, the difference is in our receiving. How much I receive, how much I take in depends on me. He's willing to give all of what he has. He says, my spiritual treasury is full. Take away cartloads full of it. Doesn't he say in the Satcharita? Take it all away. But how much we receive depends on us. Coming back to what I was saying, so maybe the difference is in my receiving somewhere, that I have loved Baba and always wanted more and more and more of him inside me. I'm a little, or should I say a lot mad about him. I'm always craving for more and more and more of his presence in me, Even when I'm overflowing with his love, I still feel I need some more. And I think whatever I am today, what my journey is today, what I'm being able to do today, is just because I have loved him. And that's exactly what I said to you just now. He's a simple God. He only asks for your love. He does not have any big expectations from us in return. No rituals, no ritualistic practices, nothing that he wants us to follow, no mantra ucharan, nothing. Just simple. He says, take my name, Sai, 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 and that'll take you across the 7 seas. What does it mean? It means you don't need any paraphernalia of puja. You don't need to sit in meditation and practices for hours. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, Sai Nama should be on your lips. Just saying Sai, Sai, Sai is all purifying. Just visualize that with every Sai you say, there is light inside you. If you visualize that, Sai and light, Sai and light, Sai, light, the moment you're saying Sai, I'm getting flooded with more and more energy, more and more light, more and more power, more and more strength. What more can I ask? Today, our world is going through a very, very difficult time. There is the COVID, and there is fear, and there is people are without money, people are without jobs. There is such a lot of fear that is engulfing us. In such a difficult time also, if you want to stay safe, stay protected, all you need is Sai, 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 Sai. Because we are healers, like Lakshmi just introduced, we are all healers. I'm a healer first before anything else. I'll tell you about that also shortly. But being a healer, what I have learned from Baba, understood from Baba, and being a healer, what I have understood from my very deep study of how the body heals, how the mind heals, what I've understood is that everything works on vibration. Everything works on frequencies. If your energy body is in high frequency, you cannot take a disease. You will only take a disease if your energies are very low. The COVID or any infection or any disease that is there in the world today, any illness, any physical issue, any financial issues, any relationship problems, they happen because they are very low energy. Any problem means it is low on energy. And these energies have been read and studied. I'm not talking like it's not mythical. We can actually read the frequency of everything in the cosmos that exists. When you read the frequency, you understand that the frequency of, say, COVID is very, very low. Now, I can get that disease only if I'm at the same frequency. It's like tuning in a radio to a particular frequency. If I tune myself to that frequency of the COVID, only then I can get the COVID. So if I keep myself in high energy, in high frequencies, it cannot even enter my aura or my energy body. Nothing can touch me. That is only possible by just saying Sai, 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 and staying in good energies. Take Baba's name, stay happy, light his lamp, pray to him, read the Satcharita, Keep yourself in such powerful, beautiful energies that nothing which is low frequency, which is unwanted, can ever enter your energy body or aura. That's the way life has to be. Talking about being a healer, my journey with Baba started about this healing energy that I received was about 20 years back, when I started feeling energies in my palms, and I would get messages from Baba. When I say messages, I have always spoken to Baba. When I was a little girl, I used to speak to Devi Ma. When I grew up, I started talking to Krishna. When I grew up more, I started talking to Baba. And very much later in life, I realized that talking to God was not normal, because for me, it was absolutely normal. That's the way I was. Only when I grew up and people got surprised, then I realized, oh my God, this is considered abnormal. But I think it's the most beautiful thing. He's inside each of us. If we can't speak to him, where will we speak? So anyhow, I used to get messages from Baba saying that I can place my hands on anybody and they will heal. Initially, I thought something was wrong with me. I was very young. I was not able to believe this, but it had to happen. It was part of my karma, part of my destiny. He led me to it, as he always does. I started placing my hands and people started healing. I want to share something very beautiful with you today. This is a story which is the most beautiful story for me in my book, Sai Baba is Still Alive, and also the biggest transformational story of my life, of my journey. I want to share this with all of you, because what Baba does today, how he is alive today, I want to bring that to your eyes, your knowing. So this happened, I think 18, 19 years back, when we received a message from some doctor friend of my parents that a young boy had met with an accident and he was found on the road upside down, the car upside down. This is a young boy, 18 years old, Rishi. His real name is Rishank. We call him Rishi with love. And he was celebrating. He had topped his school, Delhi Public School, Noida. He was a topper there. He had gone out to celebrate with friends when his car probably toppled over and nobody knew. 3 kind men from somewhere came and rescued him and took him to a hospital and called his parents, who were not able to believe that their son, was in a hospital. They thought it was a wrong call. It's a long story. If you want to know the details, you need to read the book. I don't have that kind of time right now to share the story with you. But to bring it, I just want to take you to what happened. When my parents came to know about it through this doctor friend, they came home and spoke about it. And they said, we don't know who this is, but the boy is very critical. And we believe in Baba. So why don't we do one thing? Why don't we send Baba's Udi to them, and with a small note, and just pray for the boy. As a good gesture of love, my father wrote down a beautiful note saying that we believe in Sai Baba of Shirdi, and we don't know you, you don't know us, but with complete faith that this Udi is Baba himself and he shall heal your son, we are sending this to you. After writing the letter, they were still contemplating, should we send it, should we not? What will the people think about us? They should not take it otherwise, who are these people? They don't know us and they're sending this Udi. While they were still talking, the phone rang. When they picked up the phone, Baba's Aarti was playing on that phone. Now the story goes like this, that I had gone for a meeting and I was just crossing Baba's temple, Sector 40 Noida. I was crossing the temple and I just stopped by that, let me do a quick darshan. When I entered the mandir, the Aarti started. Now we never leave, at least we try not to leave in between Baba's Aarti. Now I knew my parents were waiting for me at home for lunch that day and they would be worried. So I thought, what better than, they will worry about me. I can't call from the mandir. So I just dialed and I held my phone for them to hear the Aarti and understand that I am in the mandir. In the nick of time, that call came when they were thinking, should we send the Udi or not? And the phone rings and the Aarti is playing. And Papa said, this is a signal for us, let us send the Vibhuti. They sent it to our office boy, and he went and handed it over. After that, we had no idea what happened. We kept praying for Rishi. Every day, I remember as a family, we used to sit and chant for him. We didn't know who he was. We had never seen him. We didn't know the parents, but we were chanting. A few days later, our doorbell rang and there was a lady standing outside. When we asked her, sorry, we didn't know her. She said, may I come inside? I'm Rishi's mother. It was like a shock to all of us, She came in and we made her sit and we gave her water and everybody's looking at her, why has she come to our house? Because Papa had mentioned his number and address in that note as well. She started narrating the story, which I want to share with all of you about Rishi. She said that when the day Udi reached, she said, we were not believing in Baba. We don't know much about Sai Baba of Shirdi. That her father, which means Rishi's Nana, used to believe in Baba. That day, she received the Udi. She just put it in her bag and went to the hospital. Now, in the hospital, Rishi was in a very critical state. He had had a very severe brain damage. And that particular day, his body was in complete going into seizure. It was lifting up the bed 4 to 5 feet and falling back again, lifting up the bed and falling back again. Doctors administered injections, medicines, and everything they knew. They could not stop the seizures from coming. And they could visibly see that he was going, slowly, because the body had gone into this complete state where of no recovery. She says, I was helplessly standing there looking at my child. It had been hours they were trying to help him and he was sinking. And suddenly she remembered, some family from somewhere has sent me this Baba's Udi. She says, I opened my bag. I just opened that packet. It had said, put it on his forehead. She took some and she took the doctor's permission, went into the ICU, and she just touched that vibhuti on Rishi's forehead. And apparently, within moments, Rishi's body settled back into bed. The seizure stopped. The lifting of the body falling back stopped. He just calmed down. And she says, I was shocked. What is this I'm holding in my hand? What did just happen? The doctors were equally shocked. But anyhow, that was just the beginning of Rishi's journey. 2-3 days later, his condition started deteriorating. And this happened in the middle of the night when Rishi was lying in the hospital bed in the ICU and the father was outside. The mother had come home because only one person could stay in the ICU, so the father was there. So the mother came home with her sister, and at that time in the night, the doctor stepped out and told Rishi's father that we are very sorry to share with you, but we could not save your son. Rishi is brain dead, completely brain dead, and his heartbeat is also going slower. It's just a matter of time before he moves on to the other world. The father was obviously shocked. He was waiting outside, waiting for his child to get better. A young child 2 days back who was celebrating that he had topped his college. He wanted to be a lawyer. And just 2-3 days later, here he was declared dead by the doctors. And the doctor said, can you please complete the paperwork and by early morning you can claim the body. Now the father was in a lot of shock. He just didn't know what to do. Sorry, this makes me very emotional as much as I try not to. You'll have to just give me a moment. Life goes on, but some things that move your heart, they don't go away easily. So the father was in the hospital. He called up a friend of his and told a friend who was working as a neurosurgeon in the same hospital. This is Apollo Hospital, Delhi. He went and he called his friend and said, I can't do the paperwork to claim the body. I'm distraught. My child is gone. Just come here. So middle of the night, I think some 2-3 o'clock, this husband-wife, which is the doctor friend and his wife, reached the hospital. They spoke to the doctors, same hospital, their own friends, and the doctor said that I've been doing surgeries for 30 years. I cannot save. There's nothing in this boy's brain that I can revive. If I would take him into surgery, there is no point. The doctor friend insisted and said, please do a surgery. It's okay. He said, you will be spending lakhs of rupees, and I'm telling you already what the result is going to be. Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to put the child through it and put all of them through it? This doctor friend somehow insisted and he said, it's okay. We'll regret for the rest of the life that we didn't try. You take him in. We'll pay the money. At most, he will come back in the same condition. We are prepared for it, but you take him in. Compulsively, he asked the doctors to operate him and send him in. While all of this was happening, Rishi's mother was back home. She was sleeping. Now, please hear out how this Baba of ours, the kind man that he is, reaches where he's needed most. The lady, Rishi's mother, had a dream where she saw Baba sitting under a tree. And he was wearing white clothes, sitting under the tree, and in his lap, Rishi was lying down. Rishi was lying, and his head was in Baba's lap. Pieces of Rishi's head were scattered around, apparently. And the mother was sitting there in the dream and crying and saying, Baba, save my son. Baba, save my son. He's all I have. Save him. She was weeping. And Baba very quietly was picking up one piece, then another piece, and fixing it back into Rishi's head. He kept picking up the pieces one by one, and the mother kept crying. Finally, he picked up the last one, fixed it, and literally closed Rishi's head. Then he looked at the mother and said, "Don't cry. It will take some time, but Rishi will be fine." The mother jumped up from her sleep in the bed and started howling when she remembered what she had just seen. Her sister was with her and asked her what happened. And she said, "Something has happened to my son. I saw such a dream. His head was scattered. Baba was fixing it. What has happened?" She started calling the hospital. The husband was not picking up. You know why? Because at the same time, I'm told, as they described to me later, the doctor stepped out after the surgery and told the father the words, please hear it out, exact words that Baba had spoken. "It's a miracle. In 30 years of my career, I have not seen this. It will take some time, but Rishi will be fine." Even the words were exactly what Baba had said. And Rishi revived, survived. They did not have to claim his body. Our young boy is very much breathing, palpitating, and living here very close to my house in Noida. He's grown up now. And it was sheer grace that he survived. You know, when I say the story like this, it just sounds like a story. But when we went through that experience, when we heard the mother that day in our house speak to us, I can't explain the emotions she had and the emotions we had. And she kept saying, "This is that packet of Udi that you had sent me. I don't know who this Sai Baba is. I know from my father he used to worship. But today, I'm grateful he saved my son." The Udi came, then the dream happened, and then Rishi survived. It's a story of complete miracle. And I come back to what I said. Baba is a very simple, kind God. One call of love when he comes. That faith my parents showed that day and sent his Udi, that this will save the child. When you have that kind of faith in your Baba, how can it not work out? It had to save the child. The miracle had to happen. The blessing had to come. And that's how Rishi lived. And to continue a little more on Rishi's story, how my life changed after that. I had still never seen this young boy. We just heard about him from his mother. When I started getting a message from Baba saying that I should go and heal Rishi, Rishi had just come back from hospital after 3 months. He was at his home, which was close to our place, and I was asked to go and heal him. And I said, "Baba, oh, sure." I was like a young, happy girl. Baba's asking me to go heal someday. I will go and heal. I went to their house and I spoke to his parents and I said, "Baba wants me to heal Rishi. Are you all right with it?" Now, anybody will be happy with any blessing they receive. You know, they said, "Yes, already such good has happened with this energy of Baba. And since you're healing with the same energies, please come and, do whatever you wish to do with Rishi." I was taken into his room. And when I entered the room, I was in complete shock. I thought a young boy of 18 will be there and I will go heal him. But when I reached the room, there was just a pile of bones on the bed, literally a pile of bones. He had gone through so much that there was nothing left of the boy. He was paralyzed completely. His right side was absolutely paralyzed. Left side was less functional. His head was on one side. He could not move it. And he was just lying in that position, saliva drooling from his mouth. And he looked at me. And if I had such a strong heart, I would have become a doctor. I just looked at Rishi and I thought, oh my God, what have I got myself into? And I just prayed to Baba, "Baba, what do I do with this child? He's completely injured. Where do I start?" And then I think impulsively, or should I say, as he guides always, he blessed me. And I just moved closer and started talking to Rishi. And I said, "Rishi, I'm Didi and I have come to heal you. Do you want to get better?" I thought, let me make a conversation and see where it is hurting more. But Rishi wouldn't speak. He just kept nodding, not even nodding. He couldn't move his head. His eyes were moving, I could see life in the eyes. That's the only portion where I could see life. And there was a smile in those eyes. There was a sparkle in the eyes which told me that he wants to get better. And I said, "You can't speak, baby." And there was no sound, nothing. Then I asked his parents and they said, "No, he can't speak either." There was this very big hole in his throat. Anyhow, I took Baba's name and instead of starting with the legs and arms, I started with the throat. I thought once he speaks, I will at least know what is wrong with him. I'll know where the pain is more and heal him. Let me start by healing his throat. I put my hands, I started praying, and I remember how the warmth would flow, how Baba's love would flow through me. I used to feel it's his hands, as if his hands have come in place of my hands. I went alternate days for 3 days. Third day, Rishi was really trying hard to speak because I was telling him, "Rishi, try, Rishi, speak. Say Baba." and he was struggling and there was no sound. He would take all his energy. I used to see him wriggle in pain, move his head here to there and go and then say Baba, and there was no sound. He would go, no sound. And I would feel so bad. So I came home and I fought with Baba and I fought with Baba and I told Baba, listen, Baba, you're the one who sent me to heal him. If you didn't have to make him better, why did you put me through all of this? But the faith was there, The faith was there. Baba has said, go and heal him. So I started chanting Baba's Gayatri mantra. And I was on fire. I did 108, which means one mala of the Gayatri. And I was screaming in agony and tears, Om Shirdi Sai Vidmahe Satchidanandaya Dhimahi Tanno Sai Prachodayat. It was more like a fight than like a chanting. I was crying, praying for Rishi, and I fell asleep after chanting in the puja itself. That night, I heard a very clear voice which said, Rishi will speak. I was amazed, When I woke up, it was so clear. It was so clear. I didn't know where it came from. I didn't know whether it was in my sleep or I was half awake. I didn't know. I just called Rishi's mother, who was always in touch with me, and I said, listen, Auntie, Rishi is going to speak. And she said to me, why? I said, I just got a message and I know he will speak. Don't worry, he will speak. After disconnecting my call, she spoke to her husband, which she told me later. Now, the story goes like this, that doctors had written in Rishi's discharge summary that for this lifetime, he's not going to be able to speak. His voice box, which is the organ, which makes us speak, which gives us voice, was removed during that brain surgery. It was removed from his body. So he didn't have the organ, which is a must for speech. And here I was praying with all faith that Rishi is going to speak. So the mother said to the father, I feel we are cheating the girl. Let us tell her that he can never speak, that for this lifetime he can't speak. Let us tell her. The father said, she's a little girl. Let her do what she wants to. Let's not mess with her faith. Let her be. Anyhow, 2 hours later, just 2 hours later, Rishi's mother calls me back and she's howling into the phone. And she would often do that when Rishi was not well or she needed my help. And I kept saying to her, Auntie, why don't you speak? What has happened to him? What has happened to him? Please tell me. And I'm asking and she can't speak. She's just howling. Finally, she couldn't speak. She gave the phone to somebody else. And on the other side, I heard a voice which said, Didi, and that was Rishi. And Rishi spoke that day. And Rishi still speaks. He speaks like a normal child, like a normal boy. He sings, he speaks. That moment is where everything in my world changed. That moment, I was happy. I knew Baba had blessed me. Rishi will speak. There's nothing big about it. After that moment, when I started getting calls from doctors, and they asked me, Madam, what did you do? And I said, I just prayed. And they said, no, but he can't speak. He doesn't have the organ for speech. It's medically impossible. That really, really hit me hard. It took me a lot of time to get over that. I was running a full-fledged business, which I shut down instantly after that. I knew my journey was different. My reason for sharing this with all of you is to just tell you that when we call out to Baba with faith, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. And that is what I learned in that one moment of transformation, that when with love, I asked him to heal a boy who does not have a voice box and he can speak. See, if people say that Jaan is amazing, she can heal people, that will be a complete lie. I am nobody to heal anybody. It is he who flows through me to heal others, to bless others. It is my blessing that he goes through me. That is my blessing. But the faith is mine, my love for Baba. I always say to Baba that in this entire cosmos, the flower that I offer in your feet is from your cosmos, Baba. The lamp that I light for you also already is, I have the capability of having the ghee or the oil, the lamp in my house because you have blessed me. Everything that I offer unto his feet, whether I garland him, whether I dress him up, he has provided to me, so I give it back to him. But one thing I always tell him, Baba, that is mine, nobody can take it away from me, and that is my love for you. My love for you belongs to me, and that nobody can take away. My faith in you is mine, and that nobody can take away. So when we love him with that deep faith and surrender, when nothing else matters, life changes for the better. The world changes for the better, and everything happens beautifully. So my message to all of you sitting there who are watching this, listening to me, would just be that love him, because he's only hungry for our love. On a day like this, I can only tell you that all the challenges, all the troubles, all the pain that he sends our way is only to test the same faith. he doesn't want to bring us to pain. He does not want us to suffer. But yes, he's watching. Are we holding on to him? Are we trusting in him? Eventually there will be light. It cannot always be dark. But to reach that stage of life, we all have to go through our test. And during the test, just hold on to him, tight, just like a baby holds on to the mother. I can't leave my mother, like that. Hold on to Baba, like that. Hold on to his feet. He will never ever let you down. So thank you. I don't know what time it is. I don't have a watch here with me. I just sat down abruptly. So Lakshmi, if you can tell me what time are we running into? I can't hear you.
Another 20 minutes you have?
I have time. Okay, you wanted me to spare some time for question answers, so I think I'm perfectly in time for that. But that's my journey. That's my message to all of you. And since I have time, I'll speak for another 5 minutes before I take in questions, if any. I think in a world where we live today, challenges, tests, and pain are inevitable. If somebody says my life is beyond all of this, that is not a possibility. But my learning with Baba through this journey, my understanding with Baba through this journey has been that pain only comes to A, make us stronger, and B, cleanse our karma. There is a good process, a good reason behind it. The higher good, when you talk about it, then the lower looks very less. So when you think pain is trauma, pain is suffering, no, it is not. It is just here in the mind. I used to think like this years ago. I used to cry when in pain. I used to sit before Baba and ask him questions. Why me, Baba? Why am I suffering? But when I understood, after that, there were no questions. After that, there was no reason to ask him, because I knew that if he's sending it my way, he has a reason for it. Either it is because I have to cleanse something which I've come within this life. We all carry our karmic baggage which we have to cleanse. Or that pain has come to us because it has come to give us a lesson. Because every pain that comes into our life, every challenge that comes to our life comes to teach us something. Now, whether we learn or not is up to us, but it always comes to teach us something. So any pain, any challenge that comes to you, don't take it as a suffering. Don't question him about it. Pray to him more. Chant more, read the Satcharita, and get your faith even stronger. Doesn't Baba say that the devotees are like that mango tree in full blossom? Some fall off with the winds in the storm, but those that stay on bear fruit. That is us. The challenges will come, the tests will come, but we can't fall off the tree. We have to get stronger. We have to hold on to Baba tighter and tell him, Baba, come what may, I am not letting go, because you are all I have. You are all I have in my life. And when he's there, then why fear? Everything is beautiful when Baba is there. So I have so many messages. I could go on for a couple of days if I start talking about Baba. Not hours, days and weeks could go by. But since we have limited time today, I will end for today. If you want to know more, you can always go on to my YouTube channel, Sai Baba is Still Alive, and I will have loads and loads of messages of Baba to share with all of you there. And if you want to be a part of the good work we do, that Lakshmi was telling you, it'll be my pleasure, because we look after a rape survivor girl babies. Of course, we do a lot of seva, but the main work we do is looking after rape survivor little baby girls who are raped and abused at the age of 3 and 4. We bring them out of that background and take them to big schools, residential schools, and give them a completely new life, new world. Baba has only 2 major learnings of my life. If I sum them up now before I wind up, 2 major learnings of my life are, Baba says, 1, don't do bad, and 2, do good. They're 2 different things, mind you. If you think don't do bad is the same as doing good, no, it is not. First of all, don't have any evil thought. Don't speak any evil word. Don't do any wrong action. The don't part of it is very important. Don't do anything wrong. Don't do anything negative. Don't do anything that can cause pain or suffering to anyone around you, or any situation or circumstances created because of you. Refrain from doing the bad. And second comes, do good. In my journey, in our journey as Ibisa family, 1,500 of us healers and thousands more connected to us across the world, what we do together is we just do good. We spread love, because that's all my Baba has taught me. I don't know how to give Jaan. I don't know anything. Even now, what I'm speaking it's not a planned speech that I'm giving. I told Baba, just flow through me and tell everybody what you want me to speak. And here he is talking to you. So, all what I understand from Baba is we need to do good. Life can get all the problems, all the troubles, to ward them off. There is only one solution: do good. The only way to get over the dark is to be in light, and that light is do good. So, on one side, don't do anything, don't hold any emotion which is a low frequency emotion, as I started saying: anger, pain, remorse, regret, complaint, ego, all very low frequency emotions. They should not be entertained. Love, compassion, kindness, benevolence, gratitude, forgiveness, very high frequency emotions. If you hold this set of emotions inside you, and also make sure that you abstain from holding the others, the darker ones, life has to get better. There is no other possibility. We suffer because we hold the dark emotions. If you can just push them off and just hold the light, hold the good ones, life will certainly be beautiful. So thank you very much for having me here today. I pray that Baba's name, fame spreads across the entire world, not just South Africa, but in every corner of the world, because loving Baba has been the most beautiful thing that has happened to me and many of us. And that love has given us strength, that love is energy, that love is the biggest blessing we have. And I pray it reaches all those who need this blessing so much, because there are many in pain who will feel so much better if they have Baba with him. So my speaking today was a gesture to reach out to all of you and tell you that Baba is there. Whatever your situation, whatever your problem, he is just a call of love away. Thank you so very much. Ya Sai.